Okay, well, we've kind of come down the first grade, and you can see the old road trace horse trail stretching ahead of us here. So far this has worked out about as well as I could have hoped for. We should go out on this little point of land here and then drop down to Cain's Fork drainage. And if my mapping system is right, this old road trace should run down along Cain's Fork until it gets to the Leatherwood Creek. We will have to see. But so far so good. Pretty nice day today. It's supposed to get up around 70 degrees. Probably about 50 right now, I would guess. But so far so good. I'll shut the camera off here. Catch you in a few. Wanted just to catch this for a minute. Here's where we're going to start down off the little point, and you can see the downhill starting here down into the Cain's Fork drainage. Okay, got a good tree down here. Probably just going to have to step over this, and you can see the signs of the trail going on down around ahead of us there, heading down the hill. I'll shut the camera off and catch you in a few. Okay, well, still working our way down the hill. A little bit of bushwhacking in through there to find the right trail. If you were going to do this hike, I would recommend setting you a couple, 3 waypoints along the way here, because there's a couple trails that go off, horse trails that take off, and it's a little difficult to find the right one in a couple places. So anyhow, so far so good. We appear to be on track. We're not making the best time yet, but we're seem to be going in the right direction. Dropping on down the hill toward Cain's Fork. And looks like I was kind of looking for this. The trail makes a sharp left turn here ahead of us. And that's where I wanted to be. I wanted to see that one. So, anyhow, I'll shut the camera off here for a minute. Keep going. See you later. Okay, well, we have made it down the hill, and here is Cain's Fork drainage ahead of us. Right now it looks pretty dry, even after the rains we had 3 or 4 days ago. So, what I'm going to do is turn to the left here, and it looks like this old trail follows on down, and go down to Leatherwood Creek, and then turn left just a short distance along Leatherwood, and then turn left into Sycamore Hollow, and then back up toward 341. So anyhow, so far so good. It's let's see, it's taken me about 40 minutes to get down to this point. Probably not real surprising. I figured this would be the slow part. A little bit of route finding, and the trail all downhill, very rocky, covered with leaves. So took care with my steps all the way down. Anyhow, we are down now along Cain's Fork. And we will see how the rest of this goes. I think it'll be a little bit easier going. Still got leaf off going, but the buds are coming out. it won't be many more weeks and this will be full leaf on. And then some of the views will get a little harder to find. I'm hoping to get some shots along the bluffs while I'm down in here. We'll just have to see what shows up. So anyhow, I'm going to be heading down along the creek, and I'll shut the camera off for now and catch you later. Oh, come on. Okay, well, just a short shot here. Again, Cane Fork is still dry down here, but wanted to catch some of the bluffs going up the other side. That would be some rough terrain to get up and down. But anyhow, we're trucking along. That's what it looks like ahead. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, well, had to make a little detour through the creek there. The trail actually crosses over and comes back up here in a little switchback. But you can go down the center of the creek if it's not flowing and get here. But anyhow, that's what it looks like along in through here. Here goes the trail ahead of us. I don't think we're very far from hooking up with Leatherwood Creek. So anyhow, I'm going to head on out and we'll see where we get to. Talk to you later. Okay, well, still working my way along Cane's Fork. When you see some of the bluffs on the other side, this is still working its way around. I think we got one more bend to go, and it's there's times along in through here the trail gets pretty faint, so you have to take your time and choose your route, which way you want to go. Other times it's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. And the weeds are getting out, catching on your trekking poles. So anyhow, you can see what's up above us here. I'm gonna shut the camera off, head on down, catch you later. Okay, well, doing a little better now. I got up a little high on the hillside, got away from the trail, and so made myself work a little harder than I had to, but I got back on it again, and we're doing pretty good now. Again, still down along Cane's Fork, and you can see some of the bluffs over there alongside of it, and way up there is the top of the plateaus. So probably about 700 feet maybe up to the top of that. Right. Well, if I don't take a wrong turn again, looks like we got a trail ahead of us. I'll shut the camera off and catch you later. Okay, well, the trail's dropped us back down along Cane's Fork right now, but I did want to catch a shot of this little overhang that the bluff has carved, or the creek has carved into the bluff face along here. Now, this is a sandy trail at this point. Now here we go, curving up and around. I'll shut the camera off for now. Catch you later. Okay, well, we're further down, but just got some more bluffs I wanted to get a shot of. When leaf on comes, you won't be able to see much of these. But anyhow, well, the trail crosses again here, so it goes off on the other side. So we'll shut down and see you in a few. Okay, well, we're down here at the junction of Cane Fork and Leatherwood. which is right over there on our right. And I've got to go down here just a little ways to the left and catch the Spencer Hollow fork that comes in. I'm not sure where the old road runs here. I think up to the left along this side of this hill over here. So anyhow, that's what I'm going to try. But we made it down to here. Now it's taken, what, about an hour and 50 minutes to do this. It's just right at 10 o'clock now. So anyhow, hopefully Spencer Hollow going back is just a little shorter than coming through here. So I'll shut the camera off and catch you later. Okay, well, made it over to the mouth of Spencer's Hollow, and that's the Leatherwood there we're looking at that it joins. And actually straight ahead of us is the plateau we were on a couple weeks ago up there. So you can see it really is leafing off a lot now. Our leaves are coming on a lot now. So anyhow, that's where we were. We've made it down the Cones Creek and across, and now we're at the start of Spencer Hollow, and we'll be turning and heading this way to head back up toward the car. We'll see how this one goes. Anyhow, I'll shut the camera off. Catch you later. Okay, well, we're heading back up Spencer Hollow, and wanted to give you a shot of what the old road looks like over on this side. I think this section here actually was the old Smith Road. You can't hardly find it on a map anywhere, but I found one that seemed to indicate that. I was hopeful in the research I did for this that the part down Canes Creek would be the most difficult part, and that this part going back and going back uphill would be a little better. And so far, that has proven to be true. So, I'm hoping that it keeps up that way. All right, you can see it on ahead. I'll set the camera off, catch you in a little bit. Okay, well, we're crossing this little drainage here on our way up Spencer's Hollow, and looking this up on the map, if you're looking for Helen's Pour-Off, one of the waterfalls that sometimes you can get to, most people get to, I guess, off the old Barkshed Road. But anyhow, this drainage here is the one that comes down from Helen's Pour-Off. So if you followed that all the way up to its head, probably where it boxes in, you'd be right up close to where Helen's Pour-Off is. But anyhow, that's where that drainage leads, if anyone is interested. And up ahead of us, looks like we got a little hill to go. I'll shut the camera down. See you later. Okay, well, we're still trucking up Spencer Hollow, and before we head downhill a little bit here, I wanted to get a shot out across here. That ridge line over here, that's the one on the other side is Canes Fork. So when we came through, we came down the other side of that ridge down in the Cane Fork Valley. But we're working our way up now, making pretty good time. This road has been, or old trail has been, as I'd hoped. It's been the better of the two coming or going. So anyhow, I'll shut the camera off, catch you in a little bit. Okay, well, I'm coming out of Spencer Hollow, working my way up to Highway 341. You can see what I've come up, and they had a really good track all the way up till we started uphill. And then part way up the hill, it just kind of disappeared, or I missed it, one or the other. But anyhow, I'm not too far from Highway 341 now. Need to go up this way, and that may be the old road trace right there in front of me. So I'm going to head on up, and hopefully in another 15 minutes or so, be out on Highway 341 heading back to the car. Anyhow, we'll shut the camera off and catch you later. Okay, well, I think we're on the final stretch. Looks like we got a sign out here, and that's almost got to be Highway 341, or it could be a side road. We'll see here pretty quickly. All right, 341. Well, good. Now all I got to do is walk up to the car that I can see from here. But anyhow, let's see. Looks like this took 3 hours and 50 minutes to get to here. So I had another 10 or so to get back to the car. 4 hours. So very good. Here we are. We made it. Good tough hike today. I'll shut the camera off. Catch you later.